Hey guys, it's Wayne Johnson with Wednesdays with Wayne. Episode 8. Man, we've got a very special guest for you guys today. It was actually a message from Kurt Romas. I believe I said that. Hey guys, it's Wayne Johnson with Wednesdays with Wayne. Episode 8. Man, we've got a very special guest for you guys today. It was actually a message from Kurt Romas. I believe I said that. A very special guest for you guys today. It was actually a message from Kurt Romas. I believe I said that right, I hope, or pronounced it right. He's the one that requested to have Paul Sides worldwide on today. So let's just get right to it.
There, Paul.
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Hey, what you up to today?
Oh, just working on a old 93 Greg Hodnick car.
On a restore or something, or what?
Yeah, it's one that's going in the Hall of Fame. They're doing a tribute to. I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying this yet or not, but they're doing a induction to the Hall of Fame for Greg for it's coming up in like May, and we've got the 4 Aces car. The one I'm doing is a car, and Robert Hubbard's working on the ATW car. So we're kind of working on them together.
Got a couple of them in.
Yeah. Then there's a B car that Clayton Allen's come up with. That's one he do. And but other than that, we're kind of hunkered down, quarantined.
Well, at least you're getting to work.
Yeah, at least I got all my stuff at home anyway. I mean, so. But yeah, tomorrow I think tomorrow we got the word. Tomorrow we got the word today that everything's going along the lockdown tomorrow. So.
Oh, you guys there in Memphis getting locked down?
Yeah, that's what they said. Tomorrow evening at 6 or something like that.
Wow. Well, I just got the email, and I'm sure Jay did too, that the outlaw races in California are pushed back now. So I guess now they're thinking that maybe the first race we can get back to is at Las Cruces. So, which is right a little closer at home. So, but a little going to have to wait a little longer, you know.
At least it's out of California.
It's not that I don't like California. It's just a long way to go. Because we're going to miss a few races, so we're only going to get a couple of races out there. So, just eliminate those till later on.
It's no fun to go to.
You know what I hate about California?
55 miles an hour.
That's exactly
everywhere you
right. Go. 55 miles takes you forever. It seems like I can go from the coast to the state line in about 2 days, and then I can drive the rest of it. I can go from the coast to the state line in about 2 days, and then I can drive the rest of the way home in like 12 hours.
I know.
You know
I know. It takes longer to get out of California than it does to get home.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, so, like I said, you're on this podcast because you were requested by, now I can't hear. Hey, so, like I said, you're on this podcast because you were requested by, now I can't think who requested you, but it should be in my notes, but it's not.
It had to be some real winners.
Well, it was worldwide Paul Side, so that's a question that
I really don't know. It had to be Johnny Gibson.
It might be.
Sure it was. Do what?
Oh, I'm getting notes slid across here to me, and then I'm getting told no, so I don't know if those are the wrong notes, so whatever. Well, hey, I don't know if people know, but, Paul was the 2-seater sprint car ride World of Outlaw, I don't know what they call that thing, Paul.
It was the Outdoor Channel 2-seater sprint car.
You were the driver of that thing for what, a couple of years there on the Outlaw circuit?
No, just an '05. Part of the year, the cat that was driving it before, I think something happened and he fizzled out after a couple of months, and then Jay called me one evening and asked me if I wanted to drive the two-seater sprint car. I said, "What's it pay?" And he said, "I don't know. I'll get back with you on that, but would you do it?" I said, "Well, sure." So,
well,
that's how it
I don't
came
know.
to be.
That's just a little trivia. I don't know if many people really ride. Who was your favorite person to give a ride to?
Man, I did the mayor of Dodge City. I did Brad Doty's daughter, Wally Whitehurst he was a pitcher or something.
Okay,
somewhere.
I guess I need to rephrase that. Who did you scare the shit out of?
Wade Oliver one time.
How did you scare him? Jesus. Wade, I got Wade's stories. He's the only guy that I followed into 3 and 4 at West Memphis, and he drove all 4 wheels on the chain link and kept going. I don't know how.
Hey,
True
man,
story.
Wade will do some real stupid stuff, but
I'm trying
he'll
to figure
come
out
out
how
and smell like a rose.
I'm trying to figure out how you scared him.
Well, we were staying at Lasowski's place with Lamont Speedway, I think.
Yeah, Lamont. Yeah, they're in Missouri.
Lamont,
Missouri.
I always think about Fred Sanford, and so it was Lamont Speedway. Selzy was there, Ron Cap, and they were all driving modifieds, and then somebody had a sprint car, and then I brought the two-seater, which I wasn't really supposed to. So we took it, and I gave Wade a ride, and for some reason the damn the Zeus button in the right-hand side came off, and so he was having to hold the hood down, and we were going into turn 3, and I could hear him over the motor, wide open, going, turn. Hell, I was running the top, and he thought I wasn't going to turn, but, we did. And it was just funny how listening to him scream like a little girl.
Scared,
going,
yeah.
When are you going to turn?
I can see that. Well, hey, something else that I'm in my notes here that I wrote down that I wanted to ask questions about is whatever happened to backflip sprint car?
Man, that was a great idea. I mean, it was all, I had it all worked out in my head. To BR Motorsports, California, Visalia, and it was Blake and I and Kerry Madsen and me, Jay. I'm trying to think who else. There was 8 of us, and we just started talking about it. And I said, "Damn, man, I've always wanted to do that. So let's build a car." So me and Jay actually built how we're going to practice it. That's something you just don't really get to practice much, dealing with a real 410 motor and a real sprint car. I mean, a full-on race-ready sprint car, but it was going to be a backflip car. So I was going to build a ramp and motor and a real sprint car. I mean, a full-on race-ready sprint car, but it was going to be a backflip car. So I was going to build a ramp and practice it into a pile of mulch. And that was my idea,
And mulch?
Yeah, that'd be the softest thing I could think to land in, besides cotton, and then cotton.
Well, I was thinking a foam pit like they do on motorcycles and bicycles, but
you know how much foam cost? Them foam pits are $15,000. I didn't have that, so.
Well, I was thinking, what about the damage you were going to, occur with getting it landed?
Wheels and just stop, So.
I got you.
But we never got that.
I think the foam pit was going to be cheaper in the long run.
Well, yeah. But
there's a lot of stuff floating around in that head that you think's going to work that sometimes it doesn't.
Hey, look, 99% of the time when I think something's going to work in my head, it pretty much doesn't. So,
So it's a good thing that the backflip sprint car never happens, what you're trying to say.
I've still got it. I mean, it could happen tomorrow, but
all these listeners, we need to raise some money.
Yeah.
Listeners, we need to raise some money to finish that thing.
No, we need a ramp builder. We need a ramp builder, and I've already got the car built. So if anybody out there knows how to build a backflip ramp for like a monster truck, or a flip ramp for like a monster truck, or some type of 4-wheel vehicle,
build out of dirt.
No, you got to be able to land it. I mean, that's the point. That's the whole point is landing it and driving away.
Oh, so you want to land and drive away? Build us a ramp, and we get Dirt Vision to come video it, sell pay-per-view, make you some money, Paul. Here you go.
Man, I'm loving your ideas.
I know you're all about that.
I never thought about that. I just thought about doing it for free and losing, my own. So
no,
I think that'd be a good idea.
We get somebody to sponsor this deal. So everybody out there listening, we got to raise some money for Paul to do a backflip.
Well, we were actually supposed to do that at Oskaloosa on the front straightaway, and we had the go ahead, built the car. It was just about to build the ramp, and built the car. It was just about to build the ramp, and Terry McCarl told me that the fair board there, or the county, said no, we can't do that. It's too unsafe. So it was actually going to work, but
well, I'm sure Clayton, or I got a buddy over here at Red Dirt Raceway. We definitely could probably use their facility, so not a problem with finding a place to do it.
Well, I got the car. Sides Motorsports has built a car.
Get somebody to sponsor this deal. Everybody out there listening, let's get a sponsor. Well, hey, there's another thing that was brought up around here at the shop. We were talking about you going to be on this podcast. So something else that I came up with that I remember me and you doing, or actually you guys were already doing it. I showed in the backyard with a cordless impact with a, I don't know, I guess
I know where you're going with this.
I guess the extension, it was a 3/8 extension, but I bet it was a foot longer.
It was a half-inch extension, 1 foot long. 1 foot long. Yeah.
And
get your sizes right.
And there was a ball of yarn, or string or something, and it looked like about the size of a baseball when I got there. And you had that thing wide open. I go, Paul, what in the hell are you doing? And you said, I'm bringing her in. I'm saying, I'm bringing a kite down. You said it was only up there 4,000 feet.
5,500.
So was it 5,500?
It was 11 rolls of 500 foot of string. And that's why in between that I had to switch batteries on my impact. We put it out there. It'd been out there for about an hour and a half. And
it had lighted bobbers from what I remember, clipped to the string going up through there.
we put little glow sticks on it, and it'll go. We put it out there a mile. We went out there a mile. It's the cheap. We put little glow sticks on it, and it'll go. We put it out there a mile. We went out there. It's a cheap little just a little gala kite like you had when you was a kid. You know, the one with the black one with the bat eyes.
Right. How did you
keep one with the black one with the bat eyes?
Right. How did you keep it together? I mean, you think it just blew apart.
No, you gotta hot glue the stick in. So
okay.
You hot glue the stick in. That's the only thing you do, and add a little string on it and put it like he was 12 years old. And, Hey, I put one up one night. I put one up there at the same house, and I tied it to the deck, tied it to the rail on the deck. Came out the next morning, it's still flying.
Wow. Well, hell, up there's always wind blowing at 1,000 feet. But anyway, at 5,500 feet, I said, that thing was what? You said 5,500 feet.
I wanted to get over a mile. So
I said the traffic controller at Memphis Airport's going, what in the hell is that? it's showing up on the radar. You know what I mean? That's what I was.
Oh, that's coming. It's coming. We're tracing the line back to Sides Bar and Grill.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They knew, well, them lighted bobbers, they just had to follow those things back to Sides Bar.
Exactly.
Grill. I can't believe that thing even stayed together. But if you think about it, 5,500 feet. I mean, how free?
You can't see it. You can't see it. You just know it's there because it's still pulling. You know.
Right, but I
it's
mean,
like a fish. It's like fishing.
You know it's there, but you can't get it to come in.
Well, till you pull out your impact and bring it
in. Never. That's something I'll never, ever. My thought is, hell, from where you live, the stretch and the string, as far as running east to west or north to south, hell, that thing was probably south of I-40.
Well, it's probably over Memphis Motorsports. It was who knows where it was, but man, I'll tell you what. I took one just for the hell of it one day. I took me and my little boy, and we went over to Bartlett Park. It's a park we got over here in Bartlett. Get it? Bartlett Park. Yep. So we went there, and we flew. We got it up there and flew it, and we kept tying. We got it up there and flew it, and we kept tying strings on. Kept tying the rolls on. It only went out about 2,200 feet, and all I had was two 200-foot rolls, and so we went. I tied it off, and it stayed up the whole day, the whole next morning, and it was flying from where it was, Bartlett Park. It flew. It was about a half mile right over the high school, and the next morning we went over. I was taking the kids and looked at it at the high school, but it was down the next morning. Must have been must have had a storm.
Jesus.
Turbulent.
Man, I tell you what, you have come up with some stuff. I got more stories. And I've forgot more things than I can remember. I mean, people sometimes, a lot of people come. I was standing in line. Here's a prime example of worldwide. I don't know how this happened, but I was in Australia. I was going to drop some parts off or something for Jay, and I was standing. I didn't know where the hell I was. I was in some out of Sydney, out of Brisbane, and I was standing in line at a gas station, and this guy walks. He just comes out. I just knew somebody come in the door behind me, and he's standing there, and man, I think some more of them worldwide videos. I looked at him like he was nuts. I went, what? I said, I don't know. That just kind of freaked me out, I'm in the middle of nowhere in Australia, and this guy knows me. And I think that's kind of where it came from. You're definitely you are to get yourself one of these podcasts, worldwide podcasts. I'd listen. I'm sure a lot of people would listen to it because these podcast things are really taking off everywhere. That's what people do. Just sit around and listen to this stuff and with no racing. This is supposed to be about racing, but there's no racing going on because of this coronavirus. But I don't know if you heard going on because of this coronavirus, but I don't know if you heard, but I'm thinking about changing my number to 19.
Hey, CR19.
Yeah, CR19. What do you think about that one? That'd be good.
Cool. Kind of like WD-40, but CR19.
Well, I'm doing that. I'm thinking I'm going to do that, Paul, because then they have to say
nobody would get around you.
Yeah, CR19. What do you think about that one? That'd be good.
Cool. Kind of like WD-40, but CR19.
Well, I'm doing that. I'm thinking I'm going to do that, Paul, because then they have to say
nobody would get around you.
Yeah, that's say 6 feet from me all the time.
Hey, that'd be awesome. Great idea.
Well, hey, this is it's a good racing show. We talk about our families and everything. I know Sawyer has been racing bicycles or whatever, and came to the Grands and all that stuff. You want to fill us in about kind of what's been going on there?
That'd be great. He's man, I'm so proud of him. He does every. And, I get him anything he needs, as far as, I'd love to have him, have the best stuff and, money can buy, but, a lot of the parts he gets, are used, like from pros and stuff. And, he just got picked up by a factory team. Picked up by a factory team. S squared, and he's his goal is to go to the Olympics in BMX. And I don't know if everybody knows this, but BMX is a Olympic sport, and you can get a scholarship from it. He's got Star's already got his college picked out. Where he wants to go. So, he's going to go. I think it's Kentucky State that he's looking at, and he's 12 years old, and so he's pretty much got his priorities figured out.
So he's got his priorities figured out at 12, and you still don't.
No, right, exactly. No, I still don't know what the hell I'm going to do tomorrow.
Thank God for Deanna is all I can say.
Man, she's one of the best. I tell you what, if I didn't have her, I probably wouldn't be here right now. So, and I don't know where that came from, because she and I neither were ever that great in school. But, I mean, God, we got really good kids. I don't know how it happened.
Well, sometimes it works.
I saw them come out of her. I know they're hers.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Well, like I said, Paul, it's been cool having you on, and I don't know if there's any more. You got any stories that you want to share that you got? Hey, here's a good one. You got any stories about me? Well, actually, I got a story, and I'm thanking God that you guys were nice to me. That on Facebook you have things pop up from years past or whatever on this day or whatever.
I sent you one the other day.
Yeah, you sent that to me. Yeah, I was asleep in the toter home, and you guys took pictures. Is all you did. Thank God.
Well, I only sent. Ask Paul Nienhauser about that. Don't ever go to sleep around me.
I already know that story at Charlotte.
Do you? Yeah, that was good time.
Hey, and the thing about it was, I was over there before all this happened, a few hours before this happened, just like right after the races, and that conversation was brought up, and he was the one who was talking about it.
Yeah.
If that happened, well, then it happened to him. So
oh yes,
I'm not gonna say.
Everybody can read between the lines, but
yeah, it was. Well, guess what? Don't ask. Don't wish for something. Don't ask. Don't wish for something. Yep.
If you like sweet tea and baggage, just put those two together and you'll get your answer.
Oh my God.
Enough said.
All right, so back to what we were talking about. How long have we known each other now? 25 years?
25, 30 years, yeah.
So
I mean, from 95-ish.
I want to know a story that you got on me that you can tell. You got anything you can remember?
Look, you don't do anything wrong. So nobody's ever got anything on you.
Yep, that's right.
I mean, you're one of the most clean.
I'm always going to bed when you guys are just getting started.
Yeah. Yeah. But
sorry,
hey, you could
have been lately anyway. I've hadn't been drinking, been training and doing all that stuff. So I know in Florida or at Lucia.
I've been doing a little training here and there and working out and losing a little weight, but I know Jay has, but I hadn't heard you had been. Well, no. I mean, I say working out, but I've been working him out, and he's got.
What's he down to now?
Right where he wants to be, right below. He's right at 177. So.
Wow, that's
awesome. That's his ideal weight for his height, and body. So that's where he needs to stay. So, he's doing great at it. So.
I can't get there. I wanted to get down to about 175, and I can't make it. I've just tried and tried.
Where are you?
I float around between 185 and 190, but I started at 218.
Yeah.
but I've been, I'm 30, 40 pounds at times, and I just still go to the gym, but I've been building a lot of muscle, and then I put on a little weight, and then I get pissed off, and then I diet.
That's right.
And not diet. I shouldn't say diet. I eat a little better for a while, and then it comes
It's just the
back
way you
off.
eat. I mean, it is a lifestyle.
But I do eat well.
Thing.
I do eat well. I just eat well. I don't know. It's just I can't. Like, I'm staying below 1,800 calories a day, and I just can't get it to come off anymore. And I think it's just because of going to the gym and building muscle. I really think that's the only reason it's not, because I'm stronger right now than I've been in years. And open down here, so I shouldn't tell anybody that, because I don't want anybody to call in and get it closed down. You still there, Paul?
Yeah, we know where your weight's coming from. We know. I've got more in the past 20 years than, I mean, every time I learn something, I have to delete something out of my hard drive, because it's just, I've got my hard drive's full. And I mean, I forgot a lot of stories that normally they would have been really good, but, you need to now, from now on, instead of deleting them, you need to start writing them down and put them somewhere, because guess what? You know how many times people tell me, man, you should have written a book, because, all the just ignorant shit I've done, excuse me, but, haven't we all? I think you ought to do the worldwide podcast. That's something you need to think about, really. I really do believe that. Well, if we had some interest in it, I might do that, but, I stay so busy, Wayne. You already you already have the studio. I've been to it. It's called the Round Table. I do have this one thing. This popped up the other day, and it was over my other house where you came to, where we flew the kite, and it was us sitting around that same table, and we had my pit bull Max was there, and it was Max was there, and it was me and 3 or 4 buddies, and we were going to I had this one last firework. It was a firework. I don't know what it did, but we set it on the table, and we turned the lights out, and it was like it's one of them deals where, who can stay at the table the longest with this thing going off. And so it started out about 5 of us, and once this thing started going off, man, it went off like, I don't know, 5 minutes. It was crazy, and it was going off crazy, and it was going off, and somebody sent me the video of it the other night. I think it was Finchy. He sent me the video of it, and man, this thing went off and went off and went off, and at the end, right before Emmy did the finale, my dog jumped up on the table and grabbed it in his mouth. And luckily, somebody grabbed it out of his mouth and set it back on the table, and it finished, But man, it was so smoky in there. Man, did you ever go over there? Did you come by when we rode go-karts in there? No, I never seen the go-kart ride. No. You mean behind in the church? No, in the garage, in the shop. No, I never seen that. We had go-kart, alcohol go-kart, and it was, we would run it around these 2 sprint cars, that was our shop, but there was enough room in there to run all the way around them. Man, we'd ride it when it was cold. We didn't go outside, so we just do it inside. Man, we did it so long that we felt fine, but the go-kart died because of lack of oxygen. We'd have to open the door. And then crank it back up, and it would run for another, 20 minutes. So the go-kart was running outside in the go-kart. Yeah. What was you guys drinking? Bud Light. I knew it, Bud Light. Hey, I stocked up, by the way. I'm gonna finish this off with one story that you'll remember really well. We had a big party. I'm going to finish this off with one story that you'll remember really well. We had a big party at my house in Knoxville. And oh, my God. I'm so sorry already.
Well, there's two stories.
I apologize about this.
I want to tell two stories because my daughter, she'll like this one. Well, there's two stories.
I apologize about this.
I want to tell two stories because my daughter, she'll like this one when
she hates me to this day for this.
Paul puts on this mask.
It was a wolf mask.
And
Wolfman
took off chasing these kids with his wolf mask on, and AJ Mott his little boy, he looked like a fainting goat.
Oh my God, I thought he died.
He just fell over. But my
Your
daughter
little girl took off running, then I couldn't catch her, and I looked at AJ's boy, and I went roar, and he just looked at me and went and hit the ground.
Yep.
Oh God, he died.
That's where I'm normally at. And I could see her little mind go, oh, crap, my dad's not in the shop. She did a big 90-degree turn, and here she come back.
Man, that was so funny.
That wasn't the story I was leading into.
Well, that's the one I remember the most, but the big old water slide?
Well, we had so many. We were having a barbecue and had a few drinks.
Yeah.
And I had just cut down a tree in my backyard, and I hadn't even hauled it off or anything yet. And the first thing you said to me was, what you going to do with that tree, Johnson? I said, I'm going to haul it off. It's green. I ain't even had a chance to do anything with it yet. I probably haul it off next week or something. You said, next week or something. You said,
let's
burn it. You got any gasoline? I said, dude, I just cut it down yesterday. It's still green. You got some gasoline? I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times you asked me for gasoline, but finally I said, listen, go out there in the shed. There's 5 gallons of lawnmower gas. Lawnmower gas. Next thing you know, here you come back with 5 gallons of lawnmower gas and about 5 or 6 quarts of 50 weight racing oil.
Motor oil make anything burn.
Well, the next thing you know, you and Jay got this tree on fire. It lit up the whole neighborhood. My wife at the time come out at 5 o'clock. She thought it's daylight because you guys had this thing lit up, burning like crazy. But I don't know if you ever know this or not, but it took a year for the grass to grow back.
Okay.
That was awesome.
Won't take long. When we had Memphis Motorsports back in 1994, it was the end of the race season, and we knew we weren't getting the lease. I mean, they didn't renew our lease. So that whole year, I built a teepee out of telephone poles, and we threw everything in there we could. And every day from like June on, I'd pour 5 gallons a week. 5 gallons a week. I'd pour fuel all on it, and then we
just
kept
let it soak in.
Yeah, and then we
just
kept
let it soak in.
Yeah, soaking, and we'd put methanol, gasoline, anything, diesel. Man, the last race of the year, we took all the signs down from the front straightaway, wall, and we threw all these 4x8 sheets of plywood in there, 3/4 thick, with paint. Wood in there, 3/4 thick, with paint. Well, this thing's about 30 foot tall. It's about 40 foot wide. And, man, I said, all right, look, there's about 200 people standing around. I said, look, y'all, everybody just get back a little bit. I'm going to pour this gas right here. Then we'll light it and, this thing ought to go. Well, this thing ought to go. Well, I deuced the gas in there and then I laid me a trail about 10 feet back and I lit it. Man, luckily, it was all the gas I had. So gas jug was empty. So when I lit it, it went to the fire. It went to the fire and then back about 20 feet past me. I was standing in the fire. Holy. I mean, it done soaked in the ground enough to where my 10 feet wasn't long enough. And, man, I had to run out of there and everybody moved back and it was a mushroom cloud, dude. And this was after the last race night at Memphis. That was our last night we had at the racetrack. And man, I don't know, about 20 minutes later, I look down there and I see flashlights. And, so I get on the phone and I go down there because we had the gate locked. And, I rode down there and I said, hey man, who called y'all? They went, nobody called us. We felt it and we saw it.
Oh my God.
They were about a mile away from the racetrack. and there's an airport, and then a road, then there's a fire station. So, but they saw it and felt it when it did the woof. Man, it went up good. It burned for 2 weeks. I mean, wow. It never went out.
I believe that. You got. I think you might be a firebug, because I know poor Al at East Bay. He's lost some bleachers and some bleacher boards.
I've never burned his bleachers. No, I love Al, and when that's like our home track. I mean, we get to do whatever we want to there. And it's just, I mean, I try not to tear anything up now. I've matured a lot, and over the years, stuff did happen. But sure.
Okay, I get that. I'll go with that one last year.
18, 19. It was a transition. 18, 19. I think I matured and grew up.
Yeah, I haven't seen you this year, so I think that's probably why you've grown up. I haven't seen you.
No.
I didn't see you in Florida. You wasn't in Florida.
No, I did. I went to East Bay.
No, I couldn't. They wouldn't let us. That sucked. I really wanted to go, but couldn't go.
Yeah, that was fun. We had a good time there at East Bay.
Always a good time at East Bay. I think they're tearing it down though, right?
Yeah, and I saw the press release. It was about in 04. I mean 2004. I mean 2000. What year is this? What year is this?
It's 2000. Man.
2020 and 20. Yeah, like 2024 or 5.
They're gonna tear it down. There's a little bit of time left then.
Yeah, they got a few years. But
well, hey, I won't keep you any longer. I know you got any longer. I know you got stuff to tend to there. I know you're a real busy guy.
Well, Jason just walked in, and he's over here working on my car, so I got to go make sure he's doing what
Jay's there?
Yeah, he just walked in. You want to say hi?
You got him on speaker?
Hang on one sec.
Give him the. What's up, Jay?
What's going on?
Oh, just having your brother here on the podcast. Coming over to work on his car, he said.
Well,
he's bored.
Yeah, I mean, hell, we ain't doing nothing else.
I thought you were supposed to stay home.
Hell.
He lives next door.
I thought you lived at the race shop.
Well, I did, but I don't have a race shop anymore.
Yeah, we got booted out of that, so we're in the process right now of building the shop, and so that's what we're waiting on.
Wow, I didn't know that. Well,
yeah.
I need to. Hell, you guys been there for a long time.
Yeah, this has been our 6th year, and we didn't know. I mean, it was pretty sudden. They sold Hypertech actually bought that shop from Roger Johnson, and he we knew it going in there that we were gonna be subject to have to move at any time, but we just thought never would come, but it did.
Right. Well, shit happens, right?
Yep, it does. So.
Well, boys, I'll let y'all get with it or whatever. Thanks for being on, Paul. We, like I say, you got to think about that worldwide fall podcast. I think that's.
Well, I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So if somebody.
Well, we'll get Sarah on it. She'll be the director. She'll be the director. She's the one doing all this. She's doing everything. Because I don't know a damn thing about it either. But I think it'd be a good deal. I think it's pretty cool that you know so many people too. There would be so many stories. There would be so many stories. It'd be crazy.
Yeah, if I made some notes, and say, oh, remember this, and oh my God.
Yeah, you need to start writing that shit down.
Well,
I bet you got more stories than most people. Or shit, no, I know you got more. All right, man. Thanks for being on. Hopefully this coronavirus thing will slip by. We'll get to racing here pretty quick. Because if not,
yeah, really.
Hey, I don't know. There's one thing I'm gonna tell you. I just keep doing this because I keep coming up with stories in my head that I remember. But I don't even know if me and Jay ever told you this. But years ago, me and Jay had a deal that if we just put you and my brother in a Humvee with enough ammo and enough Bud Light and just dropped you guys over there, y'all would have found him.
Oh, we'd have found that son of a bitch, but
I know you would. That was always the thing. That was always the thing that me and Jay.
Somebody beat me to it, man. I'd have been 25 mil richer.
That's right. And it probably wouldn't took nearly as long. You guys would have got him. First of all, y'all would have figured out where the party was, and then he would have found out how good of a party it was.
He would have been the guy that showed up to the party going, hey, man, where's everybody at? Oh yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, we got him.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't have to go nowhere.
Well, hey man, thanks for being on, and we'll talk to you guys soon.
Yep. All right. Y'all stay safe.
Yep. You too. Bye.
See you, bud.
Bye. Bye.
Man, that was awesome catching up with Paul. That's some crazy stories there. What do you think? I mean, you heard all that stuff, Sarah. You didn't.